Sorry for the cringe thumbnail. Also a bad hair day. 151 Charizard is really soaring. That's crazy. It's gone completely bonkers in the last week. Good thing I pulled a Bulbasaur instead. And this Psyduck. Actually, this is my top chase card of the set, and it's Japanese. And this is my wife's chase card, top chase card, I think of all time. At least of the set for sure. These are gorgeous cards, so pretty happy in pulling them. And you also get like the feeling of actually pulling them yourself. So I'm not mad at that. But that Charizard is soaring to heights unforeseen. And I'm calling manipulation. There are a lot of YouTubers going bonkers trying to cash in on that trend, you know. I'm here to talk about something more important. I'm here to talk about Pokemon Center ETBs versus regular ETBs. Elite Trainer boxes, for those of you unfamiliar. And which one you should get, or at least which one I got, and what's my thinking behind that. As an investment point of view, as a collection point of view, first of all, I feel like Pokemon and the Pokemon company is milking the crap out of their products. Firstly, an ETB to me is not even worth it because I don't really need all the stuff that's in it. It's a pure collector's item, especially if I open it. Like, am I gonna need repeats of all those supplies? I can also get them, okay, I mean, for a collector's point of view, it is pretty cool. But to put a exclusive Pokemon Center stamp on it as well, like, come on, man. That's milking it. That's milk tank levels of milking it, you know? It's incredible. I gotta say that Pokemon Center stamp is clean. It looks clean. I just wish it wasn't such a markup. If you're in the States, I think for the most part, depending on maybe a few locations, you can get it for not that much more expensive than a regular ETB without the promo stamp and the extra promo Magneton with the promo stamp along with it, of course. It's probably just worth it to get that, but for people like me who live in Canada or other people who don't even have PokemonCenter.com or .ca available to them, like maybe in Europe, it's a crazy amount of markup, even for me in Canada. And I can order from the .ca website, the official one. It's a huge markup. I think I can get the original ETB, the normal one, for like the best I've seen is 47 Canadian, but to get the Pokemon Center stamped one is like 90 something, almost $100 after tax and shipping. That is a huge, much higher buy-in rate, okay? If we're talking investment. If we're talking collection, that's very opinion driven, right? Every collector is different. Before we get into it, I do have to say, if you're in the Pokemon realm, if you have some disposable income, especially if you already have a booster box coming, I feel like the Surging Sparks ETB, promo or not, you should get one. It's a no-brainer because of the amazing art. It is potentially the best ETB art, the box, you know, the best one we've ever seen that's ever come out. I asked my wife, who is really good at art and has a good eye for art, and she even agrees, like hands down. All these other ETBs look like trash, bro. Golden Pikachu with the stellar crown. I know a lot of people don't like that crown, but it kind of works because like on Pikachu, especially the king of Pokemon, the king mouse, the king Pika, that is the mascot of all things Pokemon. He deserves the crown, or maybe the queen, something about that. And Surging Sparks, that name with the most famous electric mouse, Surging Sparks, literally himself. Purple works so well with the gold. This is the best one. Even if you don't collect ETBs, you should get this one to hold or rip open and keep the ETB box forever. Now, to dive a little deeper into it, if you already got a booster box of it, if you have some disposable income, this might be a nice set to also get an ETB for. Not 100% though. Regular ETB versus Pokemon Center, especially if you live somewhere or where the markup is crazy between the normal and the Pokemon Center, or if you just don't have disposable income, if you're really on a tight budget, I don't think, for me personally, as a collector or even as an investment, I actually made my own choice. I'm going with the regular rather than the Pokemon Center stamp. And I know a lot of you are gonna say that is the wrong choice right now. And I also think it's the wrong choice for a lot of people, but not for myself. I think the best choice is to go for that Pokemon Center stamped ETB, especially because it's like for this Surging Sparks one. And I think that works for the majority of people. I think that's the better choice. I'm going at it more of a pure collector, not investment. I know you can be both, and I am both, but for this one, I'm going for more of a collector. To me, the Pokemon Center stamp, it doesn't do it. It doesn't fill that gap, how much more it costs. I just like that I have an ETB of this. It doesn't have to be promo stamped. I'm also getting a booster box as well, so that cuts my budget so severely that I think about these things a little harder, budget a little harder. Just be careful in this hobby not to overspend. You gotta live, it's your hard-earned cash. And there's collectors out there who will only collect Pokemon Center ETBs, right? For them, That is the holy grail. For me, I'm saving my hard-earned dollars, almost like 50 bucks, more than 50% markup. No thank you. I will probably kind of regret it, because if this set gets redonkulous like EV Heroes, or what's it called, Evolving Cries, the Pokemon Center stamp is gonna go buck wild, while the original will gain some traction, but it will not appreciate as much. I'm thinking it won't be like that though. It won't be the same as Evolving Skies. It might follow the trend a little bit, but not as crazy as Evolving Skies, which is why I'm going the more conservative route of just getting one ETB and holding it. And like I said, I'm probably just doing it to collect it, to have it in my collection. But like I also said, you can do both. You can invest, treat it as an investment, and a collector. So it's not like you definitely won't resell it, right? And for me, that's kind of true. Whenever I go to my local card shops and local game shops, they have these black and white era, they have older eras, and they have Sword and Shield eras, and their ETBs and booster boxes have appreciated so high. So if I am serious about keeping this in my collection, I'm not selling. I'm not even tempted to sell in the next 3-4 years, maybe 5, and seriously looking to sell at 10. And it might have appreciated a lot, even if it is not the Pokemon stamped ETB. So if you're looking to hold long term, I don't think it matters that much. Obviously, the Pokemon stamp one, after like the same amount of time that you've held it, 5 to 10 years, it will appreciate way more. But my normal one will still appreciate to a degree where I'm comfortable, to a degree where I'm happy to sell. The older products I see at my LCS, it will appreciate because they just don't print it anymore. In 5 to 10 years, if someone wants it, they're gonna have to pay me some big bucks. And that goes to my next point. Pokemon as an investment, it's part of my hobby actually, to collect, but also to invest in a way. Now, really, I strongly encourage you not to treat Pokemon as an investment for like normal investing. I think the S&P 500, the Vanguard, I think some normal or like normal conventional investments are gonna take you there. Like max out your 401k in Canada is RSP and TFSA. Max that out, your tax shelters, you know what I mean? Talk to a financial advisor for that. There's no reason why you should use Pokemon as a serious vehicle for investment. I think cryptocurrency, as in like Bitcoin, is even better. Obviously not as good as those mainstream index funds that are diversified for you in blue chip companies. Those are probably the best way to invest. Like that's the real way to invest. So, and even gold, just holding gold is better than just holding Pokemon cards. So I'm in it to invest in a way where it's like playing with house money. And this is a little more than just talking about ETBs, but for every other product, for every product out there that's Pokemon, part of my hobby, part of why I like this hobby is when I pump real money, like hard-earned cash myself, new money into my hobby, after a while, things appreciate, you sell that stuff, and now you're all of a sudden playing with house money. You buy the ETB now, 5 to 10 years later, it appreciates to 500 maybe for a single ETB, sell that, that's like $450 profit. Now, if there's something exciting on the market, the current era, at that time, 5 to 10 years later, you just made $450 in profit in house money in this hobby. You feel really good or at least I would feel really good just spending that, using that to invest in good investments that might appreciate later. So I turned one investment, the ETB, into potentially 3, 4, 5, 6 investments with house money. Right? I sold the ETB just to get this. No pumping in of money that I earned from my job or anything from the real world. So playing with house money is super awesome because it's almost like investment tycoon Pokemon. That's what I mean by investing. I don't mean like, you're making real money with it. You're just making money you can reinvest back into the hobby as part of your hobby, as part of keeping things interesting. And I do find that part of the hobby interesting. And perhaps when you open some of these investments, you get a really good pull, then you can sell that, and that's more house money that you could use on other cool current products or maybe even vintage products. It's like a roller coaster effect, like a snowball effect. I love doing that, and getting ETBs and collecting them. Kind of my 2 cents on which ETB to get. I think it went a little too, sideways and a little off topic, but hopefully it all helps you make your choice. So just to confirm, my choice, I already made it. I pre-ordered the normal ETB. There's no going back. I'm not asking for a refund, nothing like that. I'm sticking to my choice. Searching Sparks currently for the pre-release, pre-order. I have 1 booster box coming and 1 normal ETB. I don't know what other products I might get later. The new Evolutions set is coming out in November or something, so I'm gonna see about that. Another thing is, another hack, okay? My Costco MasterCard, a lot of points, cashback. that you could use at the beginning of the year in January to buy Costco products, potentially Pokemon. My wife and I might split that in half. I get half of that, goes towards Pokemon buying. It'll be a fun month, and she gets whatever else she wants from Costco as well. It'll be a win-win situation, and it'll feel like free money, which essentially it is. So look out for things like that, like cashback stuff. That's also a way to reinvest, right? You're just buying stuff, and then whatever cashback, whatever point system you have, then you can spend that to get free product. Feels really cool. Now, before we end, I want to go over, because last time I made the Supercharged Breaker, second set of Surging Sparks, the Japanese set, and the last time it was Zero Edge. That was the newest card that came out. And lo and behold, the full secret rare collection of Supercharged Breaker has come out. So this is the last card that came out. It's a looker, right? By that time, I was already pretty convinced I was going in to some degree on Surging Sparks, but this card really confirmed it. It was not the difference maker card for me, but it really confirmed that I should get in on this set, at least to some degree. So that's why the booster box and the ETB. And then more cards came out, okay? I think the day after I made the video, which was the day this card was released, the day after that, they released Sfeel. And boy, do I want to pull this art rare. I really want to pull this card. It is one of the cutest cards. One of the cutest cards in existence, I would dare to say. Sfeel is just so round, and it's in this natural habitat, Antarctica or wherever this is in the Pokemon world. It's just amazing. There's so many Sfeels just rolling around. This is a 5 out of 5. This is one of my top chase cards for the set. I really don't care about like the SIR rarity. It's cool if I get it. I don't even know if I would keep it in my collection if I got an SIR, because I'm not that interested in it. I would probably resell it, reinvest into the hobby. House money. Yeah, we saw the Feebas. I mean, this is the promo that comes with the ETB, and then you also get the Pokemon Center promo stamp right here if you got the Pokemon Center ETB. And then this Vigoroth came out, or is that Slackoth? I can't even tell, but isn't that just me after work? Can't we just all vibe with that? That's also one of my chase cards. There's so many art rare chase cards in this set for me. That's what makes it amazing, in the second half at least. So I might go Japanese, Supercharged Breaker, if I don't pull most of my chase cards from Surging Sparks. The Kecleon, I'm okay with this. The style of artwork is not my favorite, but it's still really cool. There's multiple Kecleon all trying to camouflage, and it's a sick card too. I wouldn't be mad if I got it. Oh, and the Phanpy. This blows my mind. This is one of my top chase cards. I love the art. I love that it's showing like Africa, or again wherever it is in the Pokemon world. It's such an amazing card. You see like the Serengeti, and you see like the adult Donphan, and this happy-go-lucky little Phanpy just hopping around. I would get this card one way or another. I want it. Don't get me started on Stunfisk. That's so funny. That is an amazing card. Not my type of art style, but I wouldn't be mad if I pulled this. I love this card. They are cooking with this set, I'm telling you. I mean, this came out later as well. I'm alright. I'm not a huge fan. I don't even know which just Pokemon this is. I should really play some of the more recent Pokemon games, but I'm not mad at it. If I pulled this one, so be it, you know? That's awesome. Looks like an Absol made it with a Giratina. It's a very sleepy Pokemon, just like this Bulbasaur. Sleepy. My wife pulled this Zoroa, very sleepy boy. Just pulling all the art rares for me, or IRs for me. The less rare ones, the super rares, and then this one. This one blew my mind. Because if you get multiples of these, apparently they just match continuously. There's no end to it. It's an infinite, it's like a human Durantipede. And then the trainer SAR, is that Jasmine or? Oh yeah, Jasmine. She's eating a sandwich. Pretty cool. I want like a whole collection of trainers just eating. I didn't even see this. That's awesome. That's nature. The trees remind me of the northern hemisphere somewhere in the west, Canada perhaps. These are all pretty cool. Is that a new Poltergeist? No, similar art style though. Oh, Clement's Quick Thinking. Not my favorite art of Tatsugiri. I like that it's on a sushi better. But man, these chase cards can't stop, won't stop. These IRs, not even the top chase cards, they're just so awesome. Man, I love this fan. I would love to pull this one, this Sfeel, and the Vigoroth or Slackoth, whichever one it is. So yeah, there's my 2 cents about everything. Hopefully it gave you some things to consider and help with your decision. And just let me know in the comments what you are planning to do. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.